A small village in the valley of Italian Alps faced a uniquely bizarre problem. The valley is so deep that the surrounding mountains cast a long shadow over the entire village, completely blocking the sun. This resulted in no sunshine on any part of the village for 84 consecutive days of the winter. For centuries, villagers living there silently accepted their fate. Until one day, someone came up with a simple but a brilliant idea. He used a mirror to reflect sunlight into the village. The mirror is today computer operated so that it can follow the path of the sun, reflecting sunlight into the village, lighting up an area of 300 square yards for at least 6 hours a day. Simple solution to a complicated problem. Bringing sunlight where the sun doesn't shine. That's how a 4 works. It builds simple but solid and functional foundations which people can enjoy and use. Unfortunately, often such magnificent ideas live and die in their heads. They never get to see a shape in reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a relationship convoy by InnerWorldRevealed, and out here we are discussing the relationship scene for all the numbers from 1 to 9. I'll be gradually doing all the numbers, and we are discussing how each of the numbers from 1 to 9 would be relating to all the other numbers. And today we are going to begin with the number 4. And now before we begin with the number 4, you need to know how to find your basic numbers. So before I begin upon the log, I would like you to go through some very basic details. So have a look at some very routine stuff. Before we begin upon the log, it is very important for you to know the most important number in our entire profile, which would be the life path number. Now, I might be appearing as repeating this particular information, but then many of you might be new to the channel. So for all of you guys who are new and are viewing my log for the first time and want to know a quick method of getting to know your single digit life path code, this is how you would do it. Say if you're born on the 3rd of November 1987, you would add 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7, and the final single base digit that you would derive by the addition and reduction method would be a 3. So you got to keep on adding like this and reducing unless you finally arrive to a single digit. For relationship compatibilities, we always use the final single digit. So all of you guys who even have the master numbers like 11 or multiples of 11, you all also need to reduce your master number codes to a single digit code that it finally reduces into. Now the life path number is actually one of the 5 primary numbers that we have. Checking the compatibility between all the 5 primary numbers gives us the most accurate match. However, as the life path number is the one which has the most profound impact upon us, so in this particular log, we are going to majorly discuss the compatibilities between the life path numbers. Now, here we have the 4 compatibility categories. As I'll be advancing in the log, I'll be talking about all of it. We got natural matches, compatible numbers, neutral match numbers, challenge and toxic numbers. Natural matches, as the name suggests, are the best matches to each other. Then we have compatible numbers, which are good matches to each other. Neutral matches can be good, bad, ugly, either ways. Finally, we have challenge numbers, and these are the ones which are the most difficult matches. Once again, the life path number is the most important number in our entire profile, but whether we are aware of it or not depends on what exactly is our soul urge number. The soul urge number indicates what are the qualities that we have which are there in our awareness. Now, maybe you find that you're life path 4, but then you might find that why don't I actually feel like a 4? Why don't I behave like a 4? Why don't I look like a 4 even after being a life path 4? The reason behind it can be that you have a number in your soul urge which is a complete challenge to the 4. So suppose you have a life path 4, with that you have a soul urge which is a 5, and 5 is a completely different number from the 4, and what is in your awareness is actually the qualities of the 5, and subconsciously you might feel that yes, doing something which the 4 does makes me very happy inside, but actually what you're aware of are the qualities of the 5. And I have covered the 5 primary numbers in one of my previous vlogs. If you would like to know about the 5 primary numbers that you have and the relationship between them, you can do it by clicking on the link below. It can be a major guideline for you to know about how all your core numbers correlate. Coming back to the topic, we are discussing the relationship scene for the life path 4. So let us find out how 1 and 4 relate to each other. The 4 life path means that the person does not like to take chances unless and until it is a sure shot bet. The 4 means that the person keeps on thinking a lot before he is ready to act upon a plan. He weighs all the pros and cons and all the different aspects of the situation before he decides to act upon it. And unless and until he is very sure of it, he would never act upon the plan. And the 1 is a very high energy number and is always ready to act upon the plan. The two numbers 1 and 4 need to actually calm down, go through each of the vibration in details and understand each other. Once they build an understanding between each other, they would know that they have a lot to learn from each other. The 1 has to learn that 4 is actually not very slow. It has attention to the most minute details. The 4 has to know that 1 is a very pragmatic number. 4 thinks a lot in the mind, and 1 has the power to bring all the beautiful imaginations into reality. Now 2, 4 and 8 are the 3 natural match numbers. Natural matches just instinctively understand each other and blend with each other. 2, 4 and 8, all of them are very practical numbers and they are very business minded numbers. Now coming to the number 2, 2 is a very sensitive, soft-hearted, kind, loving, caring and very diplomatic kind of a number. It always tries to find the middle path. It is always very tactful, and 2 is known to be a number which is very good for partnerships. And 4 is a number which is not very sensitive. It is very emotionally balanced. It is very level-headed. It can be a little withdrawn and a bit aloof, and it actually has a very direct speech. Now 2 and a 4, as I have already mentioned, is a natural match combo. They would just immediately get along well and instinctively get along well, and they can do very well together. It can be a very successful match. They can make a very successful team, and it would be driven towards practicality and business endeavors. Now the only little thing that might go wrong in the relationship is the sensitive 2 might be very prone to frequently getting hurt by the direct speech of the 4. This one is again a tricky combination to handle. The problem is that the 2 vibrations have entirely different set of beliefs, entirely different set of talents. And as we are discussing 4 right now, 4 is a vibration that believes in solidity and stability, and it always must base its life upon solid, stable foundation. 4 is the most honest number and is known to have a well-ordered system of conduct and morals. And the 3 is a believer in magic. 3 is all about imagination and creativity and seldom about practicality. The 3 is always there to magnify the positive and spice up the situations and make beautiful moments or beautify the moments further. And 4 is always aware of the dark clouds. 4 is always seeing all the pros and cons in the situation, is always aware of what might go wrong. And this difference can be the major source of discontent between the two. Now, in spite of all their differences, the two would not be separating very easily. Firstly, because 3 has a gift of faith. 3 believes that in the end, everything is going to be alright, and if it is not alright, it is not the end. Something better has to happen. 4 is also a very loyal and a faithful number. Firstly, because 4 dislikes any kind of changes. Even if the situation is not acting in its favor, 4 would not immediately like to change the situation or alter anything. 4 also has a very high value system and a very high set of principles. So that would actually keep the two together for a very long time. Once again, a natural match combination, and this can be a combination for great financial success because both of them are going to be very practical and very grounded, and both of them are going to direct themselves towards creating solid, stable securities. Both of them are going to be looking towards the future and are going to work in perfect coordination to create a very secure and a very happy future. But might they miss out on something today? Well, actually, it doesn't actually matter. If living in tomorrow makes you happy, live in tomorrow. Once again, a challenge combination, and once again, two very different vibrations being put together. But actually, with a little effort, it can work out. The qualities can become supplementary. Your weakness can be his strength, his weakness can become your strength. Wow! 4 is a very grounded vibration. 4 doesn't get along very easily or very well with very flashy people, and 5 can be a little flashy. 4 is a little withdrawn and is a little aloof, likes to be by himself, is not very social, and 5 is very social and very happening. 4 is not much comfortable with changing situations around it, and 5 loves changes. 5 loves meeting new people and going to new places. Hey, there's an alumni meet on Saturday. Aren't we going there? Do you know who all are coming? Oh, how does that matter? We would be making new friends. Won't that be terrific? What? I'll be socializing with unknown people? Of course, and expanding our circle of opportunities. It's gonna be fun, trust me on this. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll come up with a better plan next time. You see, the adaptability and the flexibility of the 5 can be good for the relationship and also can be actually bad for the relationship. 5 wants to come and go as it pleases. 5 wants to do everything that is coming into its mind. And because of the 4, if the 5 actually feels very restricted in the relationship, it will go through a lot of claustrophobia and it would try to break away from it because freedom is very important for the 5. Now, there has to be efforts being put from both the sides in this particular relationship, and if the efforts are being put, there can be a lot of spark and a lot of happening stuff in the relationship. The 4 and a 6 is a very compatible combo, and they both would get along well almost immediately and instantly. Both the vibrations are very practically driven vibrations. However, the 6 can be seen to be a little more on the creativity, pretty much more on the creativity aspect than the 4. 4 and a 6 both like to do their work at their own comfortable and very steady pace, and they know how to balance between work and play. Both the vibrations love home and family, and they can both together direct a lot of effort towards their home and family, and the home and family would flourish beautifully. The 4 and a 7 is theoretically known to be a very compatible combo, and whenever I actually see a 4 and 7, I know that there is a lot of similarity between the two. The first most prominent similarity is both have a withdrawn and a bit loner kind of a nature. The second most prominent similarity is both are very secretive numbers. People cannot easily figure out what would be playing in their heads. So if you happen to come across a 4 and a 7 couple, you will get to see that they talk very little about the relationship. You will never get to know what is the real chemistry between them. As a matter of fact, they might themselves not know a lot of things about each other. What have you been up to? Both the vibrations have a terrific concentration level, an eye for detail, a thirst to learn more and more and dig deeper into any subject of their interest. However, their areas of interest can be very, very different. 4 has a very practical bent of mind and likes to deal with solid, tangible products. 7 has a very philosophical and intellectual bent of mind, and it likes to study the wonders of the world, spiritual and metaphysical matters. So together, they're going to create a very wholesome learning experience. 4 and 8 are natural match numbers, and both are going to get along superbly well the moment they come together. They have a lot of similarities when put together. The only difference that 4 is a very humble number. It believes in just about having sufficient for tomorrow, and 8 wants to have the best and most of it. I'm gonna buy a nice new car. I'm itching for one. Buy the most expensive one, okay? It has to be more expensive than our neighbors. They have to know they have a car. We have the car. I'm gonna buy a sweet little beautiful house. Beautiful is good, but not sweet and little, okay? Buy the biggest we can afford. I have taste, class, and status, okay? Do you understand that? Now the 4 and 8 is a very, very good combo, but both the numbers seem to be beginning a little late in life. Now, it doesn't actually mean that both the numbers would not be successful. They both have splendid financial success. They always have a lot of financial success when they come together. However, it might actually come a little late in life, and they might have to struggle a little bit for it. This one is a challenge combo and requires a bit of effort from both sides. To begin with, 9 is a very social number and is always concerned about a lot of people around it. 9 wants to be very socially active. It wants to do everything: public speaking, raising funds, organizing events, charity, so much. And 4, as I already said earlier, is a vibration which is very withdrawn and aloof. Now, one thing we have to clear out here, that both are correct. It is not wrong to be socially very active. It is not wrong to be loner or withdrawn. We have to get this point first. So being a 9 comes naturally to the 9, being a 4 comes naturally to the 4, being a 3 comes naturally to the 3, being a 1 comes naturally to the 1. So for this case or for any case, we have to be ourselves. We have to justify ourselves and our core numbers. Otherwise, what do we become? If we try to become something else, or if we try to imitate something else, we become shadows, and shadows are no good for any relationship. So we have to know that we have to be ourselves, and the person who we are related to also has to be himself. Only then a relationship can work out. What has to be built is an understanding of the two vibrations. Every number has characteristics of its own which is specifically different from each of the other numbers. The universe has also designed us with our own specific unique number combinations, and that makes us unique as well. We are all very unique, we are all special, and we are all very irreplaceable. No number can be classified as good or bad. Every number has positive qualities, negative qualities, And for a relationship to work out, we must remember that we have to remain at the positive ends of our number vibrations. The number 4 is often misunderstood as a very slow number, but in reality, the 4 is a perfectionist. The 4 believes that if I am doing something, it has to be perfect, it has to be the best and impeccable. Otherwise, what's the whole point of doing it? Now, this trials towards achieving perfection often makes the 4 appear very slow. Do not rush the 4, do not panic the 4. The 4 is already trying to do its personal level best. If possible, keep on positively affirming the 4 and motivating the 4, because only that can bring out the best in the 4. Now, on this note, I would like to call it a day. If you have liked watching the log and have found it to be useful, you can like, comment, share or subscribe for more.